What's up everyone, back here for another Monday video. So before we get started, I want to talk about a couple things. We just had our Miami meetup this Saturday. We had about 20 people show up. We had Tim Sykes show up. We had some traders from S&P Capital show up. We had Lucas the Short Bear show up. Overall, it was a great experience. And we have photos on our Instagram on instagram.com/myinvestingclub. So more meetups to come. The Miami crew is freaking awesome, man. So and have a lot more of those. So let's talk about trading today. So today's topic is gonna be on short reports and short squeezes and stuff like that. So if you guys have seen, some of the biggest themes in the market this year have been AI stocks. And the reason why AI stocks have been so crazy this year is because Microsoft bought a 50% stake in ChatGPT OpenAI for $10 billion, right? So when $10 billion is flying around from big blue chip trillion dollar companies like Microsoft, you better believe that there's gonna be a lot of craziness in this sector, right? So for AI, it had a major run. I'm talking about the stock AI. So it had a major run to about $31 and then kind of crashed back down to $20, right? This is the normal cycle of the hyped up stocks that we play, right? They go straight up, then they come straight down, and then if there's no new catalyst or no new reason for it to continue, it just kind of comes lower. So on AI, it was trading around $20 on Thursday. And then what ended up happening is they had earnings, right? And the earnings came in better than expected, right? So that created a new catalyst for the stock. And the stock went to about, $25 a share-ish, right? $25 a share. And then what ended up happening is a short report came out. So there's big firms out there, there's big funds out there, there's big people with big followings on Twitter out there that are strictly short bias, right? There's people like Citron Research, there's Kerrisdale Capital, there's Spruce Capital. So these guys are known for uncovering scams. So what they do is they do their research, they end up finding what's nasty with this company. They accumulate a short position and then they end up tweeting or releasing that short report. Stock goes down and then that's how they make their money, right? So on something like AI, what ended up happening is it's a hyped up sector. The earnings came in a little bit better than expected. So first, Spruce Capital initiated a short on it. And what ends up happening oftentimes is when they start to initiate a short on it, that gets regular traders, regular retail traders to join that, right? It's like, if Warren Buffett buys a stock, you're gonna buy that stock too. If a big firm is saying to short the stock, you're probably gonna short it too if you're a little bit inexperienced. So what ended up happening on AI is Spruce Capital came out with a short report. And like I said, what they do is they short ahead of time, they release the report, and then when the individual stock trader, when the retail stock trader like you and me is shorting it, trying to piggyback that idea, while we're shorting it, they're covering their shares, right? They're exiting their stock. They're using that as a liquidity event to cover the stock. So you get a big jam down on the algos and all the traders that are following that tweet. And then if it stays weak, that means that, hey, there might be some more meat to this. There might be some more juice to this. But oftentimes what ends up happening is it has that first initial red candle and then slowly reclaims, and now traps the shorts, right? It ends up trapping the shorts because now every single person is on the same side of the trade. Every single person is now shorting. And whereas the initial person, Spruce Capital, that initiated their short, they're using that tank as a cover, whereas you're using that tank as a short and ends up starting to rebound, right? So that's what happened on Friday. You had Spruce Capital come out and say, hey guys, I'm short the stock. The stock kind of went down and then slowly went from 25 to 26 to 27 to 28 to 29, okay? That was on Friday. Now this morning, another firm came out with a short report. Now Kerrisdale Capital came out with a short report. And what do you think happened? The stock tanked from 29 to 27. And now as I'm recording this, it's back to 29. So the stock initially dipped on the second short report to $27 and now slowly is grinding up. So now on Friday, Spruce Capital trapped the shorts. Today, Kerrisdale Capital trapped the shorts, and now the stock is jam-packed with shorts. I think there are only shorts in the stock. So what we did today what we mentioned at MIC, what we said in our watches is we are looking for a long setup on this stock. At MIC, we don't just go short, we also look to go long. And to me, when these companies or when these firms are putting out their short reports and the dip is holding, that means that not only are they covering their position, but everyone else that chased the stock is also covering their position as well. So this is a very, very huge advantage to know. When I first started trading, I was the guy that was trying to chase the short reports. I was the guy that said, okay, Kerrisdale, they're a multi-billion-dollar hedge fund. Okay, Spruce Point, they're a multi-hundred-million-dollar hedge fund. If they're shorting it, I'm going to short it too. And what ended up happening is every single time that I shorted a short report, it would always rebound. Because it took me time to understand that when they are releasing these short reports, when it dips, they are using that dip as the opportunity to cover and exit their position, which leads to the stock going up. So Friday, we had Spruce Point Capital. Today, we had Kerrisdale Capital. And now that the stock is crowded with shorts and the earnings are good enough, the stock just keeps going and going and going. So in my opinion, the game has changed on this stock AI. In my opinion, it seems like it's going to continue to go higher because the shorts that are stuck in it are going to have to cover to get out of their position, which is going to push the stock higher. So does that make sense, guys? When you see a short report, be very cautious because by the time you get the report, it is already too late. By the time the stock crashes down, they're using that as their cover. Okay? So if they're using it as their cover, that could be your thought process that, hey, if it holds the dip, if it reclaims VWAP, if it goes red to green, that might be a really good long opportunity. So when I first started, I would lose all the time on these setups. I would lose all the time on these short reports because it just didn't work for me, right? So coming into today, seeing this report and seeing after, 9 years of trading, what happens on these short reports, we made a plan to go long and, the stock is just pretty much going straight up today, right? It hit a low of $26.71. It hit a high of $30. So you could almost make $4 a share on the way up, right? And that's if and only if you did not chase the weakness on this. So this is a really good strategy, guys. Be very aware and be very prepared that if a stock has a short report from whatever notable company, whatever notable fund, always be aware that the reason why they're releasing that short is oftentimes to cover their position. And if there's more people shorting it and more people get stuck, it ends up pushing the stock higher because they have to cover out. Does that make sense, guys? This is a very simple strategy. This is a very, very simple thing to realize in the market. So I hope that helps. Now, in addition, what we are doing is we have a free mentorship course going on right now at myinvestingclub.com/webinar. This is a free course that teaches you more strategies like this and shows you a live trade of me executing these strategies. It's 100% free. There's no strings attached, and you're gonna get more tips and tricks like this. So I wanna keep this video short and sweet because I don't wanna take up too much of your time. I realize that all you guys love watching the shorter videos. So if you guys learned something from this video, leave a like and leave a comment if you understood what I'm talking about here. And maybe also leave a comment with the next video topic that you want me to cover. But right now, with AI moving, with 2 short firms shorting the stock, I have a funny feeling that we're going to be going higher. Disclosure, I have no position. I'm not long. I'm not anything right now, right? So hope this video helps you. Leave a like, leave a comment, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks, everyone.